Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for Monday, February 27th, 2023. We are certainly ending winter on a very stormy note. After much of the winter being pretty quiet, we have two possible winter storms. Well, one we know of for a fact for tonight, and another one towards the end of the week that could produce some pretty significant snowfall, especially for the interior location. So winter is certainly ending on a stormy note, and spring is starting off on a wintry note. So let's dive into some of this data. For this morning, we have a stationary front off to our south, and we have winds coming from the north around 5 miles per hour, not very strong. Temperatures range from the mid to upper 20s over the northern interior, lower to mid 30s around the New York City metro, and mid to upper 30s around the Philadelphia metro. In some of your suburbs, you're pretty much holding in the lower to mid 30s. When you take a look at our surface map and radar from WeatherTap, you see our stationary front hanging around the region, and precipitation is approaching off to the west. Notice our low pressure system here is slowly moving due east and heading towards the Great Lakes eventually. That will eventually redevelop into a new low pressure system along this frontal boundary, and that's where things get interesting tonight into tomorrow morning. When we take a look at our latest infrared satellite picture, very, very important details showing up here. Now, notice where the coldest cloud tops are all moving towards. They're all moving towards the Great Lakes, which means our primary low pressure system, that's the core of the storm, is all heading up towards the St. Lawrence River Valley, which is this area right here. However, notice we're starting to see colder cloud tops starting to show up around Virginia. So what we're starting to see is the very starting stages of what we call a secondary low pressure system. That is likely to form somewhere around the Jersey Shore and south of Long Island and then quickly head out into the Atlantic, which by then will eventually become the new primary low pressure system. So this is a process of transferring the focus of the storm, the energy of the storm, from the Great Lakes and the St. Lawrence River Valley towards the coastal waters, specifically the New England coastal waters. And that is why we're seeing the storm that we are seeing. So let's dive into the forecast. For today, look for increasing cloud cover throughout the day, with temperatures rising into the upper 30s to lower 40s over the northern interior and the New York City metro, mid to upper 40s in the Philadelphia metro. For tonight into tomorrow morning, the precipitation will start to invade the region from southwest to northeast. Look for a start at 6 and 8 p.m. from southwest to northeast as a result, with initially starting off with some snow mixing over to rain very quickly around the Philadelphia metro and the Jersey Shore. Not really expecting much, if any, accumulation. Don't blink, you might miss snowflakes. However, the northern suburbs of Philadelphia and the suburbs of New York City are in for a bit of a wintry mixed mess this evening, with snow mixing with sleet and then rain, and then just a mixture of snow, sleet, and rain for the rest of the overnight hours into tomorrow morning. Same thing for New York City itself. And then for the locations to the north of New York City, well, that will primarily be a period of snow, heavy at times, with some sleet mixing in as our low pressure system marches its way through by tomorrow morning. So low temperatures by tomorrow will range from the upper 20s to lower 30s over the northern interior, lower to mid 30s around the New York City metro, and mid to upper 30s around the Philadelphia metro. I should point out, and I will, that the temperatures around the New York City metro are going to be rather marginal, ranging anywhere from 31 to 34 degrees. So what does that mean for you? Well, any type of treatment, the salt, whatnot, that you would put on pavement is going to really limit the ability for accumulation with some of this snowfall, because it's a very wet snowfall. So don't be surprised if you see your grass and your car tops with a nice accumulation of snowfall, but your streets remain relatively wet. A little slick, but overall not much in the way of snow cover. So this is what we're expecting for our forecast with this storm. For the Jersey Shore and the Philadelphia metro, well, basically just rain, and looking at anywhere between a half an inch to possibly an inch and a half of rainfall out of this low pressure system. Then to the north of Philadelphia, your suburbs to the north, around just north of King of Prussia, Allentown, Trenton, off towards the central portions of New Jersey, looking anywhere from a trace to 2 inches of snow. Again, not a lot because we're going to be seeing a lot of mix, but do use caution as there will be slick roadways out there. As you head towards the New York City Metro, basically looking at a wintry mix of 2 to 4 inches of snow. On the roadways, again, especially in New York City itself, don't be surprised if the roadways just remain wet with a trace of 2 inches, as the air temperatures are going to be very marginal, and the boundary layer surface, the immediate surface temperatures are going to be above freezing as well in many locations. Don't be surprised if a lot of this does not accumulate on your sidewalk. Then as we head to the north, towards northern New Jersey, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, just New Haven, portions of southern Connecticut, a lot of the southern and central Hudson River Valley, looking at 3 to 6 inches of snow. I'm expecting a little bit more mix of sleet here. Again, snow accumulations are going to be limited in some locations on the roadways, so looking at 1 to 4 inches on the roadways, still pretty good snow accumulation. And then well north towards Poughkeepsie, Kingston, Hartford, northern Connecticut, looking at 4 to 8 inches of snow. This is where I'm not expecting much in the way of sleet mixing in, so the snowfall accumulations are a little bit higher, and the snow ratio is a little bit higher as well because it is colder. So that storm exits, and by tomorrow afternoon, we'll just have a few lingering rain and snow showers, with temperatures rebounding into the mid to upper 30s over the northern interior, upper 30s to lower 40s along the coast. For Wednesday, high pressure will briefly be in control with scattered cloud cover in the morning, followed by another trough moving through with a few pesky showers in the afternoon and evening. Temperatures will range from the lower to mid 20s over the northern interior, upper 20s to lower 30s along the coast. High temperatures will range from the lower to mid 40s. On Thursday, a cold front will approach the region, and ahead of this cold front, it will be getting quite warm, with scattered showers throughout the area. Look for low temperatures range from the mid to upper 30s, and high temperatures will range from the lower to mid 50s over the northern interior, and upper 50s to mid 60s along the coast. Your warmest locations are likely going to be around the Philadelphia metro. For Friday, high pressure will briefly be in control in the morning hours with scattered cloud cover. Low temperatures will range from the mid to upper 20s over the northern interior, lower to mid 30s along the coast. And then things get interesting once again for Friday evening into Saturday morning. Now, there is a question as far as when this low pressure system starts to take hold, but the overall idea, which is the theme for this weather pattern currently, is that your primary low pressure system heads up towards the Great Lakes, and you have your secondary along the coast. Considering the pattern that we have in hand, that would typically lead to, especially with this easterly wind, rain on the coastal plain, but don't be surprised if we get a little bit of snow mixed in initially. And then north and west of the I-95 corridor, that's where we're going to be dealing with our wintry mixed mess. And then your best potential for all snowfall will be in the higher elevations in the Poconos, Catskills, and then as you head up towards the Green and White Mountains with this winter storm. So again, high temperatures on Friday will range from the upper 20s to lower 30s over the northern interior, but mid to upper 30s along the coast. So a very raw, wet day. We could push into the 40s around the Philadelphia metro, depending on the evolution of this storm and how much warm air is able to get in. And then on Saturday, temperatures really kind of hold for low temperatures, and then high temperatures rebound to the upper 30s to lower 40s over the northern interior and mid to upper 40s along the coast. So that storm exits with clearing skies Saturday afternoon through Sunday with scattered cloud cover expected, possibly a few flurries here and there, but nothing too major. Low temperatures will range from the lower to mid 30s. High temperatures will range from the upper 30s to lower 40s. And on Monday, high pressure in control, tranquil conditions, a bit chilly though. Low temperature in the mid to upper teens over the northern interior, where we'll have a bigger snowpack. Lower to mid 20s as you move towards the suburbs, and upper 20s to lower 30s along the coast and in your urban areas. High temperatures range from the lower to mid 40s over the northern interior, and upper 40s to lower 50s along the coast. That is your forecast for today. We got a lot going on. We'll have live updates for this evening and tonight as our storm evolves, and if there's any changes to the storm, I will let you know. So definitely follow me along on Twitter. And of course, in the premium section, you'll be able to follow me there as well. And of course, premium members will be able to ask any questions they like about the storm. Yes, even in their own backyard, what they can expect. So definitely take advantage of that. That is your forecast for today. Have a wonderful day. And as always, stay safe out there.